The forest while also nurturing relationships. 23 ABC's Emma Lockhart is live in studio with more on a marriage retreat in the Sequoia National Forest that Kern County veteran couples took part in. Emma?
That's right, Jess. According to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, divorce rates among veterans are higher, especially those who have PTSD. And that was the reason Mark Landon with the Nature Corps decided to start offering a free marriage retreat to veteran couples and thought the Sequoia National Forest was the perfect place to do it.
All the way up in the Sequoia National Forest, surrounded by beauty and nature, a group of veterans hard at work preserving a meadow and also preserving their marriages.
As they dig the hole, which is symbolic of digging down inside of each other's emotions and hearts and minds, you find that there's rocks and things in there that make the digging hard.
Veterans and their spouses from across Kern County invited by the Nature Corps, a nonprofit nature group, to partake in a free marriage retreat.
When we heard about the statistic of such high divorce rate among veterans, I thought, my gosh, these veterans have sacrificed so much for our freedom, and then to come home and then sacrifice their marriages as well. I mean, it's one of those things we just couldn't let that happen.
For Navy veterans Barbara and Dan Vassar, being surrounded by something bigger than themselves, like the sequoia trees, was symbolic.
The same is true of our marriage. You know, our marriage will only last as long as we're alive, the actual marriage, you know, here on earth. But what we do with the marriage and how we nurture our children and our grandchildren and how we take care of our community, that's bigger than us.
During the weekend retreat, marriage coach Dane Mansfield met one-on-one with the couples. Mansfield implementing the veterans' understanding of sacrifice.
How do you sacrifice yourself for the good of your spouse? And how do we overcome some of the traumatic things that we've experienced in our lives to be able to love more appropriately and oftentimes to allow yourself to be loved.
And as the couples wrapped up their weekend digging deep into their relationships.
Like marriage, it's not easy, it's hard work, but it is effort and it's worth it. At the end, you're gonna have something beautiful to show for it. And I really like that message.
Surrounded by people who understood them.
You walk into the room with the vets at this retreat, you know, you walk into a group of brothers and sisters. They're not strangers, and they're not just friends either, they're family.
Each couple dug a hole and planted their own sequoia tree.
We hope to come back and visit it in the future and have it be a place that we can bring our family as it grows. So it's going to be really special for us to be a part of that.
Leaving behind a legacy.
War damages the soul, and by coming here and leaving this personal legacy, you just feel so attached to this park. And because of the serenity and the beauty, it kind of helps, it brings safety and heals the soul.
And this was the second year the Nature Corps held the marriage retreat, and they plan to do it again next year. Dan Vassar, who took part in both years, tells me that he encourages any veterans in the area to take advantage of it if they can. Reporting in studio, Emma Lockhart, 23 ABC.